All right. All right, we're going to talk about Adobe Color. And this is what we use to create our color palettes. And the nice thing when we work in Adobe Color is that we can save these to a library, which then we can open in Illustrator or Photoshop or InDesign, any Adobe program we're using. And so that's super helpful as we're going, and I'll show you how we'll do that. So when you go to Adobe Color, it's color.adobe.com, and it gives you choices of color harmony. So for example, this is giving us an analogous. You could also do a monochromatic. You could do a triad. You can do a complementary, split complementary, and so on. So you can choose, any kind of shade you want or make a custom one. We can work in different color spaces, RGB, HSB, and lab. We're going to be staying with RGB for our needs, okay? And here is the quick selector chips for black and white color. If you want to add black or white to your design. An eyedropper to pick and use the color theme for creation. So, for example, this is going through the thing. So undo, you can do full screen view, share theme, and download. So let's go into each swatch. Each swatch, I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, so each swatch, it'll give you. So right now we've chosen just a random, go into a complementary. So kind of boring. Let's go into split complementary. So one of the things that's cool about this is you can move this around. You can adjust the colors manually just by, kind of touching them, right? Okay, so that's kind of pretty, these purples and greens. Let's say I can click on any one of these colors. I can remove it. I can change the tint. So let's say I click on this color and I'm like, oh, I don't want something quite so bright. I can bring it down a notch. I can literally change the color and say, I'm going to move this like this. You can see it moving up above. I can click this little triangle and it will use the color harmony rules based on this color. So whatever I do now, I could do square. You notice how I can change these, and this middle color is not changing because I decided I wanted to see some other options based on this middle color, right? So that middle color isn't changing. So if you find a color you really like, but you're like, I don't like the colors they paired with it, you can just select one color and then go through and try different ones. Okay, so let's say I've landed on this one. I love this one. I can also add a swatch. I can, just by clicking these pluses, I can add a swatch. This is a new feature that wasn't even here 6 months ago. So that's kind of a new feature. And then I can look at these color swatches and go, oh, I don't like those. Those are kind of really blah. I want them to be brighter. And I can go back into these and change them and say, yeah, I want this to be brighter. I don't like the darkness. Okay, so there's all my swatches, and I could keep adding if I wanted. Let's say I have it exactly how I want it, and then I'm ready to save it. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this save button, which is the blue button over here on the right. And when we click that, we need to sign into our Adobe accounts. So let me sign in. Got to put your whole email in and your COD email, and then it's going to bring you to College of DuPage. I'm going to sign in. Oh, just change my password. Looks like it's not saved. Let's update my password. Let's update my password. Okay, update. Okay. So Then once I do that, I can save it. So I'm going to save it to, I have lots of libraries. You probably have one that's just called your library. So if you have it just saying here, your library, you want to go ahead and call it your poster, right? My poster. That's going to be, or actually let's call it GD1. Then you can kind of put all your libraries for this class in one place. So GD1, create, and then name it. So this one I'm going to call my poster color palette. There's my poster color palette, and I'm going to hit save. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Illustrator, and I'm going to open my poster. Here's my poster. Let's open my poster. Here's my Amy and Obi poster I've been working on. And I'm going to go over here to the right, and it should be libraries. You're going to find it, if you're looking for it, under Window, Libraries. Okay, you want it to be Libraries. And then you click on the libraries. I have this GD1 I just created. GD1 is my personal library. And then in my GD1 is, here's my color palette. So now I can select, oh, I got to unlock it. I think I had things locked. Unlock all. So now I can go into my design and select, so my background teal, I'm going to make it my new teal from my actual library. My name here, I had it in white. I'm going to make that pink, and I'm going to make the outline purple, and I'm going to make my subtext yellow. Oh, that doesn't read. Let's not do the yellow. Let's do pink. And, you know, I have my outline border here, and I'm going to need to select the stroke, because this is a stroke. I'm going to make it purple. So yeah, so I can grab all of my elements within my poster. I'm going to lock Obi down because he's in my way. And there's my type on a path. I'm going to make that the dark purple as well. And then my type here, probably not very legible. Let's go with the hot pink. Okay, so now I've brought in all of my colors, and I'm just clicking right here from my library into my colors. So all my colors, and they're the same ones right here that were in Adobe Color. They're all showing up in my, here in my library. Sorry, I'm losing my words. So that is the awesome thing about choosing color palettes. Now, that's one way. Let me show you a couple others. Let's go back to color, Adobe Colors. We've saved one, we can save more. We can do a couple things. We can explore. So you can come in here and say, you know what? I want to look at there's popular searches. Let's look at summer. What are people looking at for summer? And so here are pre-made color palettes. So yes, you can use a pre-made color palette. You don't have to come up with it yourself. You can say, oh, I really love this. So all I want to do, if this is the one I want this kind of sherbet kind of summer colors, I can click add to library, and it's successfully added to my GD1 because that was the last library I had. So it's automatically going right into my library for GD1. Okay, another way we can do this. So you can look at explore themes. You can look at trends. Okay, fashion, graphic design, illustration, UX, UI, architecture, so on and so forth. So you could go through any of these, and you can just click on any of these, same thing. You can add to library or download as a JPEG. So you're just going to add that to your library, any one of these you want. Lab, the way this works, it says drag and drop your file for your vector artwork here. That's kind of a new recolor version. And that's kind of new. You used to be able to just do PDFs or JPEGs. So add the fact that you can add a vector file, that's kind of a new thing. So let's see here. I'm just going to go from my desktop and grab. Oh, it's only asking. This is for recoloring. I just want to bring in my photo and grab the colors from it. This is, they changed how this works. This is to recolor your vector artwork. I don't want to do that. Oh, here we go. Under create, we want to go to extract theme. That's where it is. Here's where you're going to drag and drop a color to get a file created from it. So I'm going to go to desktop. I'm going to grab the OB picture just because that's what we've been using. And boom, it will take any photo and grab the color palette from it. Now it's grabbing colors it wants. I can move those colors over to OB and choose like the color of his nose. I can choose the color of the chair. I can choose the color of his collar to get that blue in there. You know, I can choose the color of his eye. So I can pick, move these dots around my photo to get the colors I want for my design, right? So I want his fur, his nose, his hair, thigh. So that's how you can extract a theme, and it's under the create, extract a theme to put a color in, to grab the colors off the photo. Same thing, you would save to GD1, color theme, OB Decker, and I would just hit save. So I could save that. And now I can go back to Illustrator and I can see here in my palette, on my library, I have the OB Decker color theme. I have my poster color palette, and then I have this summer rainbow that I also chose from the themes. And so now you can see I have 3 different color palettes here in my library. All right. Any questions?